This is the best screening format to avoid bottlenecks early on in your company's hiring process. Part 3. If you missed the first couple of videos, make sure to go back and watch them for more context. There's a lot of value in them. This next step is assessing the candidate's experience and qualifications. At this point in the conversation, let them know this is going to be brief and that you have some very simple questions. You're going to be going over the must-haves with them to make sure that they have the specific role requirements. The experience, the degrees, the certifications, the licenses, and you want to find out if they're in the process of getting any additional certifications or licensing. They could also be adding more skill sets to the table, and this will give you a much more complete picture of their candidacy. Then ask 1 or 2 questions to make sure that there's a general fit. This could be like, how do you feel about the salary range and the benefits for the position? Or what working hour shifts do you prefer? Make sure the candidate's clear on what the working hours and the shifts are for the role so that you know they're on board. Now, if the job requires relocation or a commute, make sure the candidate knows and is open to that up front. We see this a lot. A candidate goes through the entire interview process and then they're like, ooh, I didn't fully realize I had to relocate, or nope, I don't want to make that commute. And then they drop out. This kind of stuff needs to be talked about and clarified in the screen so moving forward, you don't have those issues. And you also need to ask a few probing questions around their technical expertise. This is where you're really assessing and validating their experience and qualifications. Questions that are more experience-based, in the weeds, like, share with me a challenging or a technical situation you handled in X, Y, or Z. These questions should be specific to a required qualification that lets you gauge whether they actually have the experience needed and are qualified. Because the last thing that you want to do is start pulling individuals through the hiring process and they're not qualified. This is why you're vetting the candidates. You're assessing their skill sets and moving forward people that are actually qualified and aligned with the opportunity. Next, I'm going to be talking about how to determine the candidate's motivations and career goals so you can really sell the role to them in part 4. Cheers.